So this question says, what happens to the volume of a cylinder when R is doubled? So the radius is going to be doubled, but the height stays the same. So I'm noticing here that one dimension is changing, but another dimension is not. A lot of people try to put something like this on the 1D, 2D, 3D chart. But you can't, because these two cylinders, the big one and the small one, aren't going to be similar because the dimensions aren't all changing the same. So I think the easiest way to do this one is to actually think of a cylinder. All right, first thing, we're talking about volume. So the volume of a cylinder is equal to pi times the radius squared times the height. All right, so if I have one cylinder, and I'm just going to make up some numbers for it. Let's say that the radius of this cylinder is 3 and the height is 5. All right, and then I have another cylinder, and it says the radius is going to be doubled. So now, instead of the radius being 3, now the radius is 6, but the height stays the same. So the height is still 5. And I want to know what happens to the volume. So if you just calculate both volumes, you'll know exactly what happens to the volume. So if I type into my calculator, for this one it would be pi times 3 squared times my height, which is 5. So pi times 3 squared times 5, I get 141.4. All right, and then I'm going to find the volume of this one. I'm going to do pi times my new radius squared times my height. So pi times 6 squared times 5, I get 565.5. And so the question is, which of these things happened? Well, for my volume to double, I would take 141.4 and multiply it by 2. If I do that, I get 282.8. That's not even close to my new volume, so I don't think that's right. This one says the volume stays the same. That means the volume would still have to be 141.4. Is that the case here? No, the volume definitely changed. We just need to figure out how it changed. All right, if the volume is 4 times bigger, it means I need to take 141.4 and multiply it by 4. When I do that, I get 565.6. That is really, really close to what I got for this volume. So I'm going to say this is my answer. Another way that you can look at this,